Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie and this is Kitty Stitch. This is a place on the internet where I love to talk about all the things that I love. So today we're going to be talking only about cross stitch. It is a not even a mid-year Wip Parade. It's a beginning of the year. Wow. It is the Wip Parade for all of my whips that I'm bringing from 2024 into 2025. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around. I know these videos do tend to bring in a lot of new viewers. So I just kind of wanted to take a moment to reintroduce myself. My name is Maddie. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Live here with my two cats, my dog, and my husband. The cats tend to make a lot of appearances in my videos because I just can't keep them away. So if you see them, hopefully you like that. It's just kind of a part of it at this point. But yeah, I love to cross stitch and also do some knitting, some sewing. I've also gotten into journaling as well. So it's just been a lot of fun. Mainly I talk about the fiber art crafts on this channel. So in my regular updates, I'll do some updates on knitting and crochet, or I'm sorry, knitting and sewing as well. So if those are all things you're interested in, definitely stick around. We'll get started jumping right into the projects. I will just kind of begin by saying, I'm just going to put a picture of all of the cover photos and like the final products. I just think that'll be easier and give you guys a better view of what they will look like besides trying to show them on my iPad because a lot of them are digital that I use. So I'll just go ahead and put pictures up, and I have some stats as well. did start tracking my progress in June. So everything that I have statistics for is from June until December. So these whips have not been touched since 2024. On the first day of 2025, I started working on my swap project that I'm doing with a couple of my girlfriends that I can't show here quite yet on the channel because I don't want them to see it. But I've been working on that ever since. So this is truly finishing up 2024 with all the projects I have, the progress that I have. So let's just get right into it. So the first project that I have here for you today is called Floral Alphabet. This one is by JBW Designs, and I started this on April 29th of 2024. So here is where I am at on this. Absolutely love it. It's on a 40 count peony by Fiber on a Whim, and I am using pink tourmaline Dinky Dyes silk on this one. So it's just beautiful. I did start this one in 2024, but I started it before I started tracking things. So I don't have any stitch count for it, but I do have 3,817 stitches complete. Or no, I'm sorry. That's total stitches is 3,817, which is 18.4%. So that's where I'm at currently. Here is what it will look like when it is finished. For this one, I will say this chart is teeny tiny. It's a paper chart. She does them on these little cards here. And so, I mean, like, I'll show you just the back side of it, but the whole chart, it's like 114 by 148 is on this. So it's teensy tiny. So it is hard for me to pull this one out to work on. I love the finished product, but it's hard for me to want to pull this one out. So definitely could get this one done really quick. It's not many stitches at all, and would not take me long to finish up. Definitely want to get this one finished going into the new year though. I think it would be really cute on a project bag, or I'll have to measure to see if it will fit, but I got one of those stitching cases for Christmas that everyone's been decorating, and so I would love to put actually a finished piece on the front of mine. So I think this would be great for it as well. But the fabric and floss is to die for. It is the pink on pink conversion from Cam of Cam Stitcher. We all went crazy over this when she came up with it. I just love it together. I actually stitched another piece by Hello from Liz Matthews that is completed using this. And so this is just my extra piece of fabric and floss that I had left over. And I love a monochromatic piece as well. Oh, and should mention, I'm keeping it in this adorable project bag. This is from my friend Marjorie of Marjorie Made, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, it has disco balls. It like opens up flat at the bottom, and then it has pink plaid there on the inside. So the disco balls are so fun, and they're kind of like reflective too. Moving right along, I should have mentioned as well before I started, there's some hanging threads. Everything is ironed. but there's definitely some hanging threads. That is just the kind of person that I am. But this one is Turkish Delight by Rosewood Manor. I'll go ahead and put a picture up of what this one will look like when it is finished. It's absolutely beautiful. I started this one as a birthday piece for myself on June 23rd. My birthday is the 24th. I don't remember. I think I probably had some plans that day, so started it the day before. But I've spent 13 days stitching on this one, and here is where it is at currently. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's about 27.6%. I have 6,418 stitches out of 16,800 stitches done. And I am doing my own conversion for this one. The fabric is 36 count Diva by Picture This Plus. And I'll go ahead and insert a picture. It's really hard to get this right on camera because it is such a bright color that it kind of makes the floss colors look different and stuff too. But the other day I got a great picture that actually really well represents the colors from everything. So I'll go ahead and put that here on the screen as well. But I just love this piece. I think a couple of my friends started it with me too for my birthday. So that was so fun. Keeping it in a project bag that was made by my friend Megan of the Seattle Stitcher. And it has this cute little tag on it that someone gave me at StitchCon Weekend A from 2023, actually. Here's the flosses that we're working with. A lot of blues and green shades. I am so excited. This is definitely going to be a focus piece for me going into the beginning of the year. I just absolutely adore this piece and I want to have it finished and up on my wall. I just think the colors are gorgeous and the piece itself. I do really like a mandala style piece like that. They're fun to stitch. It's just easy, repetitive, and really enjoying that one so far. Like I mentioned, it does not take long for a cat to appear. I have my shadow back here, Kitty. She's just watching and hanging out. But next piece that I have for you here is Carnival. This is by Hicks Creates. It's an absolutely gorgeous piece. Here's what it will look like when it's finished. I actually started this as a stitch along that my friend Marjorie of Marjorie Made is hosting, and it is the Summer Carnival Sal. The colors are absolutely beautiful. I'm just using the called for DMC, but here's where I'm at. They're absolutely stunning. Started this one on August 1st of 2024, and I only spent 4 days stitching on it, but still got 1,293 stitches in, and there are 21,500 stitches total, so quite a few. Puts me at about 6% on this one, so definitely want to get some more work done on it. It's some nice, like, not necessarily block stitching, but a lot of just like lines and repeating lines that are really fun to stitch, and I think it'll be really cool hung up. Maybe even with some sort of like a yellow or a blue frame would just be absolutely so cute. Oh, and I should mention as well, it's on 40 count cream and sugar linen by Atomic Ranch. And this one I am keeping in a project bag that I actually made for all the girls that came and stayed with me when we went to StitchCon last year. So there's the back and the front, just has some cute plaid, and I have another planned start for the new year in here as well because I'm gonna use the same piece of fabric. But I also have this cute bag charm that we got from StitchCon last year, and there's all the called for flosses as well. Next up is a little bit of a sad start in my opinion. This is Santorini by Riolis. This one's really cool. We went to Santorini for our honeymoon, so I wanted to commemorate that trip. I'll go ahead and insert a picture of the finished product. It's just an absolutely gorgeous piece. It's completely full coverage. It came as a kit, so I keep everything on these plastic stitch cards here, and it's a ton of floss at the moment. That's a hot mess. But like I mentioned, kind of a sad start. Here is where I'm at on that. So I've spent 3 days on this one. It started at September 17th. And it's at about 1.5%. So there is just over 35,000 stitches on this one. I do hate to say, but unfortunately this one will be on the back burner for a little while because I have another full coverage piece that I want to get finished up first. So I'm going to put all my full coverage brain power towards that one. And then once I'm done there, then I'll pick back up with this one again. But really want the finished product on this one. I would definitely say I consider myself a product stitcher. As much as I do obviously love the process, or else I wouldn't do it, I do pretty much stitch a lot with the finished product in mind, and I love to display things, show things in my house, and have them on my walls or have them as the finished product. But this one I have in a project bag that was made by myself with this cute lemon fabric and a little bag charm on there probably from StitchCon as well. People love passing these out, and so I just throw them on everything. But yeah, just made this one by myself. I think I used the tutorial from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. I'll go ahead and put that in the description as well if you're interested there. But an awesome tutorial. It's super easy. This I made forever ago when I first started sewing, and it turned out a lot better than some of the ones I've even made recently. But yeah, love this piece and can't wait to get some more progress in, but definitely on the back burner for now. Moving right along, this is the sampler bag by Shepherd's Bush. It is one of the pieces that you stitch on the bags by It's So Emma. So here is a picture of the finished product. And I'm keeping all my supplies in the bag, so this kind of is the project bag for itself at this point. But here's where I'm at currently. This one I don't have stats on. I've just been stitching it off of the paper chart. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that I haven't gotten more done on this. I started it on October 2nd, and it's really not much stitching. I do want to have this finished to use it as a project bag for some knitting projects. But the process of actually stitching on the bag is not my favorite, because you have to get your arm like inside the bag to like hold it, and it's just really awkward. But I am using the DMC Pearl Cottons on this one that I came up with some of the colors on my own. Basically I just used whatever my Joann's had available and picked out, kind of brightened it up a little bit just for my style. And the bag I'm using is with the pink check as well, so I think that'll be super cute. And it does have, or I should say I do have, the little buttons from Just Another Button Company, so those will be super cute on there. I love the little sheep. So yeah, excited to get this one done and use it as a project bag. I definitely want to get this finished up by like in the beginning of 2025, just because it really shouldn't take me too long. And I think if I put it downstairs on the couch next to where we hang out, then I'll get it done pretty quickly, hopefully. Next up is Moonlight Garden by Blackbird Designs. I absolutely love this project. Here's a picture of what it will look like when it is all finished up. I have gone through and recharted the bottom to include Taylor Swift lyrics instead, so it will say autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place. It's from one of my favorite songs by Taylor Swift. But here is where I'm at on this one currently. I am just absolutely loving it. I'm stitching it with a piece of fabric from Color & Cotton. It is a 40 count, and I'm blanking on the name. Let's see if I've got some information in here on it. Oh yeah, Dove. 40 count by Color & Cotton. I kitted this one up when we went to the Color & Cotton store this past October. So here's all the colors that I'm using for that. It was awesome. I was able to just pull all the called for weeks dye works and then go down the floss wall there at Color & Cotton and pick everything out to match exactly. So really happy with how this one is turning out. Again, here's that one. I started on October 22nd and only spent 3 days on it, but I got 1,600 stitches done, and there is just under 4,000 stitches total. So I'm at about 30% on this one. Definitely gonna pull it back out around the fall time and get it done. I've learned that I like to have one seasonal piece for each season going, just so I can get it finished in that season. And I am definitely a seasonal stitcher, so that is just what works well for me. But yeah, loving this. It's turning out super cute and should not take too much longer to get it wrapped up. Oh, and the project bag I have is just one of the ones from Amazon. Should mention too, this is in the book by Blackbird Designs. That's absolutely beautiful, When the Leaves Fall. It has some really, really cool pieces in it, like this one. I love that. And then on the back actually is a Token of Love sampler. That is just beautiful too. So I love all the fall colors, and these books by Blackbird are my favorite. I definitely want to get, I have a few more on my wish list that I'd love to add to my collection to keep around. Next up is the Needleworker House. This one is by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, and I started this one at the Jingle Ball this year. So actually just spent 1 day on it, but it was the Jingle Ball, so I got 1,000 stitches done that day, and there is 2,500 stitches, so it puts me at about 30%. Here's where I'm at currently. This one started on December 7th for the Jingle Ball, and absolutely love it. There is a portion there along the bottom that has like snowmen and Christmas trees, and so I am just gonna omit that, and so that it is less of a seasonal piece. And I do want to make it into like a door hanging to hang on the door of my office craft room here. But this is on 36 Count Ren by Picture This Plus, and I absolutely love it. I'm just using the called for DMC on this. Yeah. Again, should not take too long to finish up. Some of these smaller ones, it really won't take me much longer to just get done. Again, another hanging thread. Once I'm ready to, I don't switch projects super often, but once I do, I'm like, all right, we're switching right now. I can't even finish this thread up. Last piece to show you today is my stocking. This is Winter's Twilight by Dimensions. It is out of print. I got it off of eBay, the full kit. And I'm keeping this one in a project bag that I made for myself that is basically falling apart at this point. I've got holes somewhere along the bottom. Oh yeah, right here. I've got a big old hole in it. So I'm lucky that I don't lose anything and it all just sticks out of the top. And it's kind of like a folder at this point, rather than a bag, but I would like to make myself a new Christmas bag to hold my project. But Winter's Twilight, my goal is to get this one done by October of this year, and I have monthly stitching goals to hopefully be able to do so as long as I can keep up with that. So it's about 3,000 stitches a month. I should be able to get it done. But I've spent 6 days on this so far. Here is where I am at. I'm just using the kit linen. I started on December 8th. And like I said, spent 6 days on it. I have about 4,400 stitches done of the 21,000 stitches. So about 17%, which is a pretty good start. I did make some errors that I'm not sure what I want to do with yet. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell, but some of the ones here along the greenery were supposed to be half stitches, and I did more work and did full stitches. But we'll see. I might just leave it for now, and then when I finish it, I'll decide if I want to go through and pull them out and redo them or not. But yeah, I can't wait to have myself a stocking done by October so I can send them off to the finisher and get them finished to have on the fireplace by Christmas of 2025. But that is all of my whips for right now, that I'm bringing from 2024 to 2025. I really like to keep myself under 10 whips just because for my own, just the way that I like to stitch, I like to stay under 10. It's just easier for me. I like to get progress on the ones that I have. And I also I don't change projects very often, so I find myself pulling something out for a week or even 2 weeks before switching to a new project. But a little bit of statistics for the month, for the year. Like I mentioned, I didn't start tracking until June, but June was my best month. So I had over 18,000 stitches in the month of June, with August being my worst. Unfortunately, I had just under 6,000 for that month. But the total number of stitches I had for the year June to December was 76,198 stitches total. So it's an awesome amount of progress. I'm really happy with that. I'm excited to see what 2025 holds. The end of 2024, I didn't get as much stitching done maybe as I would have liked to have. We got a puppy, and so she was a little bit of a handful there in the beginning, so hoping to get a little bit more time to do crafts in general, but especially cross stitch. Of the whips that I've shown today, the remaining amount of stitches left on all of those combined is 71,000, which does not include the Santorini piece. So I'll definitely be able to get them done going into the new year. I'd like to have everything finished besides that Santorini piece by the end of 2025. So that's kind of my leading into my goals for the year. Definitely want to have more consistent tracking as well. So there's some projects that I have as paper charts that I don't track as well. So tracking those things just to kind of know where I'm at, where I'm spending my time, I like to know. And I would also like to spend some effort in keeping my Ravelry updated for my knitting projects, just because I find that I don't keep good notes. And so if I do want to reference back to something like needle size or any alterations I made to the pattern for knitting, there's no recollection of that. So that's another one. I definitely want to spend some time putting a system together for keeping track of knitting. As far as planned starts for the new year, I do not have any dates to when I would like to start these, but there are a couple projects on my radar that I'm definitely excited to get started going into the new year. So I'll just insert some pictures of the cover images of those. So you guys know if you're new here or if you're not new here, just kind of what to expect going into the new year of projects that I will be working on and getting started. So the first one is Needles Dance. This is a collaboration between 3 designers. So it's Hands-On Designs, Ink Circles, and Summer House Stitchworks. It's absolutely so cute. I should say too, a lot of these projects that I'm about to mention, I have had on my radar for quite some time and just have not gotten around to starting. So that's definitely one of them. Next up is Moonflower by Hands to Work. I have had this for probably 3 years. I just absolutely think the design is so cute. There's a goofy little moon that I just think he's precious. So I definitely want to have this one in my collection. Next up would be a Needle Be True by Jeanette Douglas. I got this chart at StitchCon last year. And again, it's just been on my mind. And so I want to get that one started. And then also Dreaming of Mums, which I showed you guys was in my project bag with Carnival. I've loved that piece for years and I want to get it started. I'm thinking of doing a conversion with Roxy Floss when I go to Stitch North in Canada this May, and picking out some colors for that, then potentially starting it there as well. And the last one on my radar is the Pink French Sampler, is what I'm going to call this in my mind, because it is from a French designer from a French magazine. So I do not know any of the information about it, but all I know is that I just love the piece. It's totally my speed. I love pink, I love stitching motifs, and I love samplers. So this is just going to be so cute, and again, can't wait to have it done. I would also really love to get some stuff FFO'd. I have a ton of things in my project roll that are just waiting to be made into finished objects. I'd love to kind of fill this area over here with stitching. I think it'd be cute in my videos and just cute to have when I'm actually turned around facing my desk and looking and stitching. So yeah, that's definitely not anything. Nothing is going to be set in stone though. So if any of these things change, that's totally fine. I really try not to be too strict on my stitching just because it is something that I do for fun. But yeah, that's where we're at for 2025. I'm excited to see what the year will bring. Hopefully a lot of time for stitching. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching today. It was great to go through my whips, see where I'm at with everything, and I'm excited to take pictures of my projects as they stand currently and see where they are at by the end of the year. Hopefully all of them will be finished, but we'll see. Again, thanks so much guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.